Share my screen. Can everyone able to hear me and see my screen?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yes.
your confirmation. Yeah, got it. Okay. So in the previous sessions, we were discussed about all the theoretical part, and we try to understand all the SAP, why we need to use, how it will start, what are the requirements, how many submodules will be there. So all these things we were discussed, and from today onwards, we were getting into the practical things. Not sure why people not able to join. Okay. Eh, I can't do anything. Okay. So we were getting into the SAP practical, and before getting to the practical, first I would like to help you to understand the system, how to log in and how to set up and all these things from basics. Okay. So let's understand that and then move on to the configuration. Okay. So here we have SAP systems. Two we have. One is ECC. Okay. And another one is S4HANA. And one more is Fiori app. Okay. So these two with the combination of S4HANA, and this is a standalone system. Okay. So we'll understand difference between ECC and S4HANA, and also how we will log in, how we will utilize, and S4HANA also how we will log in and all. So ECC, as I said, this is the existing version. ECC latest 7 EHP, like so we were using in the current market, and as I mentioned, out of 1 minute, is it record started? Yep. So as I mentioned, so currently, if suppose example we have 100 projects in market, so still the 90 projects were with the ECC system only, and remaining 10% only. So far, it's moved to the S4HANA system. So S4HANA system means, see, both are SAP only. There is no difference. Both are SAP application only. It's just a change of a version, and it's just change of kind of a visualization look, and also few added advantage of the processes. So something were simplified, some process is simplified, some lengthy process are shortened, some additional features were given. It's always like they were trying to give their product as an advanced product into the market to keep survive in the market with the competitors. So if they don't renew, or if they don't develop, or if they don't give any advanced options in the market, it is very difficult to sustain in the market as a existing leading application. So that is why, so recently, I mean last like 7 8 years back itself, they were started developing this S4HANA, and now they are into the latest version is in S4HANA 2023 is the latest version. So we are in 2025, right? Last latest version upgradation version is that 2023 only. After that, we didn't receive any new versions. We may expect anytime. Okay, so whenever the new version comes, it, nothing changes will be there. So only few options they'll keep on adding. That's it. Okay, now what is the major difference? Why they are moving it to S4 HANA? And what is the difference between these two things is, so ECC means, ECC is a SAP application only, SAP application. So similarly, as I explained in the previous classes, if you are entering any data, if you're saving any data, master data, transactional data, configuration data, so whatever the data we are uh, updating in our SAP application, everything once we save it in the backend system, somewhere it has to save. So again, whenever you want to see that document, so when you want to look for any display or change or any kind of a reports, our SAP application has to retrieve the data from the database, right? Once we do any configuration, master data, transaction data. So whatever we do these activities, this data will be saved. This data will be saved in database system in the backend servers. So whenever you want to, whenever we need to check the previous data or reports, system has to retrieve the data from the servers. So for this database servers, earlier SAP doesn't have their own database. They are dependent with Oracle database. So earlier Oracle is the one who's taking of, even though SAP is the competitor of Oracle, so it's a business only, right? So database will be provided by the Oracle only. So if suppose assume that, to explain you in a simple way, so you have a mobile phone, I have a mobile phone, but you have only mobile phone, but you doesn't have a storage. Suppose your mobile given only uh, 10 GB 10 GB of storage only, suppose, right? So now what you will do? So once you exhausted with 10 GB, but whatever the photo you're gonna click, it shows that no storage is available to save. So then your mobile phone depended on cloud service. So if you buy a cloud service, there you can buy like a 50 GB, 100 GB per month rental, and whatever the photo you click it on it, and then it will store in the cloud basis. So then whenever you want to see the photo, the actual photo will not be available in mobile, but it will retrieve from the cloud, right? Similarly, ECC will be using application and a front end, whatever will see the data, everything will be retrieved from the backend Oracle database. So this database, why they are using SAP ECC using this backend database, SAP doesn't have their own system data centers, either a cloud or on premises. So earlier they were not having, because it's a huge cost effective. So now later what they thought, so since these both are competitors, SAP and Oracle, at any moment of the time, if they stop the server, if they stop providing services, they have to depend on other things. So in future, anytime it may threat only for SAP. That is the reason SAP built their own database. First, S4HANA started in the concept of only database. The S4HANA started in the aspect for database concept only. This S4HANA first they initiated uh, own database related. This S4HANA stated. Later they developed as a, let's move on to ECC to S4HANA entire application only. So that again they wanted to retrieve the ECC to S4HANA. Then they need to display the data. So it is time taking anyway, like a milliseconds or what a response time will be there, right? So response time, even if they started using their own database also, it is a two systems. So then later they decided to, let's have both in the same place, like S4HANA only, database as well as application both. Like that, ECC is the this kind of history, and S4HANA now, S4HANA, even SAP application also, S4HANA only, and database also S4HANA only. So both now, application and database, both having inbuilt of S4HANA only. So what is the use of this and all, like in future when we are going to execute any report or table, and I'll tell you. So what are the data displaying time, database is very important. Okay. So that is how the ECC and S4HANA. And coming to high level of explanation. So in ECC and S4HANA, so here ECC, the computer system is mandatory, because we will install the SAP application in the system. So like this, and if you want to utilize the ECC, the GUI has to be login at any cost. You have to install in the SAP this icon, and then you need to connect. But S4HANA, we need a computer system as well as through Fiori app also we can, through Fiori app you can work on it. If suppose any kind of approval, as I explained you workflow, right? So that is just a kind of an approval. If you're in ECC, you need to log into the SAP icon, then you need to log in, then you have to go here. Suppose you need to go here in your workplace, and then if you have any kind of workflows, then you need to click on here and approve. So you need an you need a computer or laptop. So then you need to log in, then you need to come this section and need to approve. But the S4HANA advantage is either you can do it by your computer or laptop or Fiori app application. So Fiori app, like in your mobile phone itself, you can install, you can open, you can go to that section and you can approve. So few scenarios, few facilities like this, it is an advantage of S4HANA. Through S4 Fiori apps over the mobile, also you can do certain activities like going home or in bus or whatever it may be. You doesn't need a laptop for only few things. Even to submit kind of, if you want to post any invoice also, meanwhile you can use a Fiori app application in your mobile and you can submit. So if you want to execute something, so like that. So additional option is given by the Fiori apps. I will show you what is Fiori apps also. So this is a one thing. The second thing, that in ECC we were giving transaction code access. Transaction code access. Transaction codes means for every end user we will be providing certain T code access. So like this, if suppose if anyone want to post any invoice, suppose this is a so FB60. So if they want to post any vendor invoice, we'll give FB60 means the particular T code access we were giving in ECC. Only respective user will give the transaction code access over whatever the activity they are doing. In S4HANA, we will give the transaction code access also if needed. Okay. If needed, we'll give transaction code access and also Fiori app access. Fiori app access for same transaction code to post, suppose vendor invoice. Suppose to post on a vendor invoice, we'll give access for FB60 and Fiori app supplier invoice like this. So we'll give two access. So this Fiori app can be utilized or used over the phone also and in the system also. And sometimes what we'll do, if really required this transaction code in an S4HANA, we will give. Otherwise, most of the time, 90%, we are not providing transaction code access in S4HANA. We are not providing in S4HANA. In S4HANA, we are directly providing only Fiori app access to the users. We are providing only Fiori app access. So this is the differences. And coming to in ECC, so we have a lot of subsidiary tables. Subsidiary tables means you will be coming to know that next sessions. Like for each and every activity, we will be having a table. Like posting vendor invoice, customer invoice, GL entry. So all the transactions related separate tables we have. But when it comes to the S4HANA, they are giving only one table as it's called as Akdoka. Like that, few changes are there from ECC to S4HANA. These things we will gonna learn throughout the classes. Wherever required, I'll be explaining those differences. Okay. So major change is it's a dependent database, dependent database. This is own database. Okay. So now I'll show you how to log into the ECC and S4HANA and how does it looks. Okay. So now ECC means, so as I already shown you in the previous classes, I'm not gonna explain again on that in depth. So we need to install that GUI application, call it as this one. So this is how it looks, the icon. So to show you that, like this SAP logon will be there. This is the icon we need to download and install. So once you install that, you can click on this, and earlier sessions I was already shown clear way. You need to click on the create button and you need to click on the connections, and after click on the connections you need to maintain like this all the required description, server, instance, system ID, like this. Once you maintain, you'll be able to see that server details here. Once you get the server details, you can double click on that, and as you all already aware that what is the client, which we explained clearly. And now herein you need to enter the user ID and password, and also the language, whichever the language you wanted to see the entire system while you are working. So that language code you need to give. So based on that, you will be able to see the things. If suppose you can see here in an English language, since we entered the EN, if you enter DE means in German language, you can see. So this is the ECC application looks like. And even if you go for a configuration, SPRO and all, these are the configuration guide. So wherever you go, however you go, the ECC screen looks like this. ECC screen will be looking in this way. So now coming to the S4HANA. So S4HANA also, you will be having the same similar kind of ECC logon pad, and you will add here. And once you want to log in, the similar way you will give, and S4HANA screen will be appear. But here, once we are going to take the practice session, so this will be a different way of login will be there. So right now we are going to take the server. So let me show you that. Run. So in real time in your projects, you need not to go through this process. In projects, you can be installed here directly S4HANA server. Then you will be having Fury link inbuilt, and you can do it. So now since we are taking a server, so we need to follow one additional step here because we need to open that additional system here. So remote desktop connection will appear here. So we need to enter user ID like this, server and user ID. Then we need to go for a so once we enter password, see this is open another new desktop. Let me just see this is my desktop, and this is one more remote desktop has been open. You have disconnected. Let me close. I'll reopen. Yeah, this is this is so this is the remote server desktop. So what I did, I went to the run. So when you get an installation, right, you will get some kind of a process you need to follow. Once you complete that, you need to go for a run. You need to enter this MSTSC and click on OK. And you need to give the server number and some username. Once you click on connect, you will be getting here. Once you enter password, whatever the details we given password, once you enter password and click on OK, like this remote desktops, one more remote desktop will be open for you. and once it is open, so you will be having that inbuilt SAP icon here. Inbuilt SAP icon will be there. This is the inbuilt SAP icon. Once you click on this, you will be getting this S4HANA. Once you click on the S4HANA, this is the system access you will get. Here we will log in.
So this is same like VMware, right?
Yes, same like VMware. So here we need to see the login option can be like previous class what I have taken. So they given here itself in GUI itself we can get. This is a login process only. Nothing to worry with this. So the login process might be different. They will tell you how to log in. Even if you go to the real-time projects also, whatever the process they are using to log in for S4HANA system, either directly from here, GUI, or else in a remote desktop. If suppose you are working in any different projects, so some will use VMware, some will use Citrix desktop, right? Apart from your own desktop. So now I'm using for my project AWS application. So when I log into AWS, it will take me to the client desktop. Like that, similarly here, see, I can give you the access directly to use here also and remote desktop also. Two kind of server accesses we have, but remote desktop server access is it will be a good one actually. So that's when it comes for the server access, I'll explain you later that. So for your question, it's kind of a yes, Pradeep. So we are logging to the remote desktop for S4HANA server now to the system. See, I can do that. See, whatever here, right? So this server I can able to enter this. Yeah. So here, this one, what's happening to this? 1 minute, man. So here this server, right? This one I can set up in the same details. I can set up in here also directly without coming to the Citrix desktop. I can this one remote desktop. I can log in here also outside, but the Fury app I cannot able to. So that's why they will be given an access inside only. So like this. So now let's move on to the content. So like this, we will log in. So once we log in here, this is how we will access the SAP S4HANA system. So once we got S4HANA system, so here this is the same application for both. So ECC is this application. ECC is this where we are looking the things. Suppose it looks like this. So same F-02 transaction code to enter. This is how screen will display. And when it come to the S4HANA, S4HANA graphical user interface looks like this. The same transaction, the visual is different. If you observe the same data, the same thing will enter in ECC, and similarly in S4HANA, same transaction. Just it's a way of GUI interface visibility, like the design is different, the activity is same, the data which we need to enter also same, everything will be same only. Okay, so this is how we will be using the S4HANA system. So and one more additional is so Fury apps. So how does the Fury apps looks is, so how we can go through the Fury apps and so here, so Fury apps in two ways we can reach. So one is that as I already shown you from here, So we have a /UI2/FLP. So you can launch from here. If you double click on this, allow to continue this website. So this is how one more login will come. So here again, we need to give the password, the same GUI password. Once you enter, so here it takes time. So let me open directly. In Google Chrome, it will open quickly. Let me log in. So I have taken that URL and I'm just logging here. Okay. So here I'm closing this. Okay. See, like this, the Fury apps means this is how it looks. Let me expand. So now, in two ways we can do the activity. Just I'm giving overview. If suppose this is the SAP system. If I want to post vendor invoice in FB60, so this is FB60 means vendor invoice. So here through the transaction we will enter and we'll proceed with the activity, right? Through the transaction code we will enter, we will do the activity. This is what in ECC we are doing, and in S4 also we will use the transaction codes only. We will not use the Fury apps. Fury apps is built for end users, but we can also use the Fury app, but it is time taking process. So directly in the transaction code it will be easy to enter and process, complete the activity. But you should be aware of the Fury apps also. That is why I'm showing you the Fury apps also. So this is the difference between Fury app and SAP application is, if you want to post vendor invoice in SAP application, this is the transaction code we'll use. The same activity we do have a Fury app also. So when it comes to your Fury app, so since we are taken a server, right? Again, I'm mentioning you. So some apps will be available, some apps will not be available, because these people will full-fledged. These people will not develop the Fury application. So here now you should be, see, if you put your transaction, you will not get that screen. So in Fury apps, they were given different naming convention. So here it might be a vendor invoice, but here it can be a supplier invoice. We should be aware of that. What name they given? What name they given? We should be aware. Supplier invoice. See, this is how create a supplier invoice. So if you see that here they didn't given any transaction code name, or in SAP whatever there is coming, they didn't give that name also. So if you see here, it's a vendor invoice. We call it as a vendor invoice through transaction code. When it comes to the Fury application, you need to search what is the app name. So Fury app means in two ways you can identify every app. It will be a code and name. Through name you can search, or through app ID you can search. You need to wait. This will be very slow. See, I will show you that, but most of the time we'll do the activity in SAP only. So you should be learned through SAP instead of Fury app. Fury app will be taken care by the end users. It's taking so much time. Okay. So can you see here now? So this is how the Fury app will be come. Create a new supplier invoice. So what we need to do, we need to enter all the things. The difference is, if you see here in an SAP, the supplier, invoice date, posting date, document type, reference number, amount, different fields will be there. Here payment details, tax notes, this is the subheadings, and you can see here simulate par, cold and all. But if we come down, the GL account entries, amount and tax code, like that you will be learning in future. Just I'm showing you the differences only. Before starting the class, just I'm trying to explain you what kind of, how it looks, ECC how it looks, S4HANA how it looks, what is a Fiori app, just to give you before starting one understanding perspective. Okay, so like this we will enter all these things here. But when it comes to the Fiori app looks like this. Then you need to enter whether invoice, credit memo, subsequent, like this you select date, invoice party, like this we need to enter all the things one by one. Text and unapplied, then note, then GL general information and GL account items. To enter the GL accounts, you need to come for the different thing like this one by one. So through this, we call it as, this is the tiles. Every field is, we call it as a tile, Fiori tile. So we'll fill the information, tax information will fill, so payment information will fill. So different things will be there. Creation as supplier invoice. Here you can see in the below, check, simulate, post, hold, park, save. And here you can see this, hold, simulate, park and save. So you can see here below, here you can see the post or cancel. But in Fiori apps, here you can see all. So like that, similar differences will be there, not much. So Fiori app means in mobile also we can use. So this is a little so much confusion if we train all of the things. That is why everything we are going to train in a SAP only. But Fiori tiles will be, I will be showing here and there for your experience. And what is the Fiori tile, that if you aware, that is well and good. Okay, like that for everything there will be a Fiori tile. Suppose this is supplier invoice FB60, the same vendor invoice we can post as a normal F dash Myro screen. Suppose incoming invoice, create incoming invoice. So create incoming invoice means this is also vendor invoice. Now you can see as similar to the this one, vendor invoice. You can see vendor invoice company code and whatever we are seeing here. And in the Fiori app also you can see same. This is Fiori app. Whatever we are seeing here, this is SAP screen. And again I'm showing you, this is a Fiori app. So this is Fiori app, right? So this is our SAP. So in SAP, let me exit and I'll come back again. So FB60, is it the same screen we have? So here vendor invoice FB60, and here the same one. If you want to go, you should know that what is the name, incoming invoice. Incoming invoice means if you purchase something, somebody will send us an invoice, right, to make the payment. That is why we are calling as an incoming invoice in Fiori app. So outgoing invoice means customer invoice, which we will send it to customer, like this. You may ask a question like one you have shown just now before, another one, because this is a GL based posting. Just before I showed you that PO based posting, supplier invoice means that's purchase order based posting. Like that, different Fiori tiles will be there. So what you need to focus is, I'll be training completely in S4HANA. In this system I will train, normal application we will train, and I'll be showing you all the Fiori apps, how it looks in the Fiori app. Like one or two we will be post from the Fiori also. So even if you post here also, the invoice will be stored in your system, and if you post from Fiori app also, automatically it will post into the S4HANA system only. The both are is linked. So you should not get confused. Let me minimize this. So here the system is there, right? If suppose S4HANA in SAP app, if you post a document, it will store in SAP only. And if you post through Fury app, the same document will store in SAP only. So if you post through Fury app, if you post through transaction code, both will be stored in the same system. There is no difference. Here we are just utilizing Fury app. Here directly we are posting. That's it. In ECC, we don't have a Fury app concept at all. Even if you want to post also, you cannot able to use it. Understand? So this is how the three different things. So in case if you feel by any chance, if you feel that this application is not able to, it's not looking clear for you, and I'll show you that one more way you can. What's happening to this? Yeah. So one more way we can change this. The settings will be there. We can convert it to ECC server access as well. So like, like this, if this one is easy for you, so this screen is very easy and to understand. You can do the setup as per your wish that I already shown you. So if we go for options, and I can do the setup, even the ECC also as an S4HANA. If I change the Brazil theme, I'll come to the S4HANA screen only. See, this is S4HANA kind of a screen. If I don't want, I can again go for an option. I'll go for again themes. I'll use this SAP signature theme. So this will be most flexible thing because everybody want to learn S4HANA. That is why we are training this one. So, but for us, even the real-time employees, everyone like actually the ECC screen only because this is very comfortable and very easy. If you see this, it looks very neat and clean to enter the data. If you go for a same screen in, S4HANA, the same one, I'll show you. See how it looks. The same data, same thing, everything is same. And even you need to come down for here, account, transaction. And here in one screen, you can see all the things in a clear way. So that is why what I'll do, I will convert S4HANA screen to ECC and I'll show you, or else if you want to continue with S4HANA screen, we will do that as well. So, okay. So I will show you different things. However, whichever flexible for you, you can go through that and learn. One can go practice in a S4 screen only, or one can convert to ECC if you're comfortable. However you want, you can do the changes, you proceed with that. Okay. So now let's close this ECC. We'll proceed with the configuration. Today we'll do one configuration and I'll explain you the thing. So now I'll explain you certain things for TR related today. Let's understand TR related. We have not explained much, right? 1 minute. This is a problem. If I use Fiori, this desktop, I'll try to get it outside that tomorrow so that this confusion will not be there. Okay. So what we will do today, let's create one company and we'll create a TR. So we'll understand about the TR. Like, previously somebody asked TR related also. So let us give some more explanation on the TR as well. Okay. So before going to the creation of company, so as I already explained in earlier classes, so company is the highest node for the SAP. So this design, either if you go for an implementation, if your company has a multiple company codes, either it can be, suppose in previous classes we learned Reliance, right? See, Reliance might have a 3-4 different business trends, oil or digital market, like that. 3 different they have. If the Reliance have and they are wanted to configure like a 3 different business processes, then we will take it as company code. This one, this will take it as a company, this will take it as a company, and these remaining 3s will take it as a code, company code. But these are all separately they will take care, and the Reliance itself I need to take care means Reliance will become a company, and the Reliance company itself will be there in a different locations, India, Australia, US, like that. So then the countries will become a company code. Always countries will be a company codes for all the businesses. Okay. So now we'll take an example of, okay, so ABC group. Okay, we'll take an example of ABC group. We'll create ABC group as a company. Okay, ABC group as a company. Then under that we'll take any one company, ABC Infotech as a one company code, and we'll proceed with the throughout the classes. We need to decide only one company and one company code, and we'll be working on the same company code related all the things. So now let's get into the configuration. So we are working on S4HANA latest server we are working on. So if you want to see that and which server you are working and whether, so you may have a doubt whether we are learning on S4HANA or not, right? So you can go, if you have such doubt, like whenever we given a server access, you can cross check that, make sure they given for you S4HANA access, the latest server access or not. How you can check? Once you get into the system, click on the system access, go for a status, then you will be seen here one SAP system data product version. I'm showing you again. If you will be in this kind of if you in this screen, so once you log in, okay, I'll show you again. So once we log into the system, so once we log into the system like this, you will be having click on a system, go for a status. This pop-up will open, come down. You can see SAP system data product version. Click on this detailed tab, zoom icon. Click on this. It will open like this, all the installation related information, and there is two tabs is there above. Click on the installed product version. Then you can see that which server we are working on. You can see here S4 HANA on premises 2023 version. So we are going to learn in SAP S4 HANA with the latest version which we have and 2023. Beyond this, we don't have any other version right now. It's a 2023 version only, the latest version only. We are going to learn this course. Okay, clear guys? Because you should aware of this, like in which software we are training. So SAP itself we have multiple, like ACC 5, 6, 7, 8, like that we have, right? So in S4 and also there is a versions like from 2013 to till date there are a lot of versions there released. So now we are going to learn this course in a latest version, S4 HANA 2023 version. Okay, let's go back. So now again coming to the configuration aspect. So we are starting the configuration from today onwards. So now we are going to create a company which is highest node in the baseline configuration and FI side. In FI side, if somebody asks you what is the highest node or highest configuration, node or configuration, highest node or configuration, if any twist questions if they ask, both are same, and the highest node is or highest configuration is company is the highest configuration. We'll start our configuration with creation of company only. We'll start our first configuration as a company, then company code, we'll map it, then we will look further whatever the configurations are there. This is the first step in SAP which we will do and take care. So let's go and create a company. So whenever we'll come to the configuration aspect, in two ways we can do the configuration. As I told you earlier, one is through transaction codes we can do. Through transaction code we can do, or SAP path, navigation path. In these two ways only we can do. And here one more thing I wanted to inform you. So Fiori apps is for only activities or some master data creation. Through Fiori apps we cannot able to do the configuration. Remember one thing, Fiori apps are provided to do the end user activities or to manage or to create certain master data. Fiori apps we cannot be used to create a configuration. Through Fiori apps you cannot be able to do the configuration. Fiori apps is there for only to do the end activities. If suppose, as I keep on explaining the three things, configuration, right? I was explaining three things. Let me go back to that Excel. So I was explaining these three things, right? Configuration, master data, transaction. Fiori app can be used only these places, these two places. That's it. You cannot do the configuration using the Fiori app. Okay, have that clarity. So now, as I explained, through transaction code or path, we can proceed further for a configuration. Let us go for a data. So here you can see that for the configuration, we can use the transaction code directly. You can go to the same screen or you can use the path. So these are the basic things we should aware. So in any project, in any application, either if you go for a, suppose after learning the course, if you go for any project, if they are using ECC application or S4HANA application, whatever the application, in two ways we can reach out to our activities. One is directly using the transaction code, the another one is using the path. In real time, 99% we will use transaction code only. And if you don't know the transaction code, if you remember a path, then you can navigate through the path also. Anyone you can use, no one will blame you, because if you're in a screen sharing and if you're going a transaction code also fine, if you go through the path also fine. Both are absolutely fine. You can use any one option, whichever you remembered. Clear? So whichever you remembered you can use. And one more thing you need to keep it in your mind, certain process, certain activities, transaction codes will not be available, only path will be available. Most path will be available for every activity. The transaction code is added advantage, we have it for every activity. So every path will not have transaction code, but every transaction code will have the path, which means that suppose OX15 is there, but this transaction code definitely will be there a path to navigate. But assume that now this path is there. For this path, transaction code is not there. Chances are there. But every transaction code will have a path, but vice versa, every path may not be having a transaction code in SAP. But wherever we have, for whatever the path we have a transaction code, we'll use this as an advantage to go for that screen in a quick way. Okay, let's learn. Let's move on to the configuration. So now, as I said, so this is the end user screen. So as soon as we log in, we can see the end user screen. If you want to get into the configuration screen, always remember you need to enter SPRO. This is the SPRO. Once you hit enter, then you will come to a different customization screen. Then click on SAP reference IMG. Then you will be into the configuration paths, configuration screen. So from here, if you want to go for a directly transaction code OX15 to create a company code, you can enter here OX15. So if you're in use always /O means we are going to use another screen. This /O is keep it always the same. After that you enter the OX15 transaction code. You can come to the configuration screen. So this screen easily I came just by using the transaction code. I'm entering once again /O. This is to open in a, to close this, see, keeping the screen is same, and to open another screen you need to use /O. Please remember this thing. This is basic thing. /O, if you enter, what will happen? This screen will not close. The screen will remains the same and it will open another screen. Okay. /O OX15 means it will open another screen. And if you want to close and enter a new screen, you can use /N also. Okay. So now we are into the configuration screen. By using the transaction code, we are into the configuration screen, and how we can get into the same screen using the path. We'll see that. Okay. Let's go back. So here, as I said, we are into the normal end user screen. Enter SPRO. Click on SAP reference IMG. So this is the path where we get. So we need to go one by one step, whatever we have a path. Enterprise structure. So this is the, so already we entered SPRO. Then we are moving on to the enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, define company, like that. Through path, we can come to the our end activity where we need to do the configuration. And also in the same screen, if you want to see path as well as transaction code, you forget the transaction code. Suppose assume that for this you forget the transaction code, you wanted to know that. If you Google it, what is the transaction code for defined company, Google will give you. Or without Google, without anybody else, you wanted to know the transaction code within the SAP itself, we have an option. Click on additional information, go for additional information, display key, enable the IMG activity. So where we need to go? We need to go for a additional reference, additional information, and again additional information, display key, IMG activity. Once we click on this, you see the changes in the screen. You see one more additional information is added. So this is here. If you enable this, expand this one, you can see the defined company. The last 4 letters will be a transaction code. These are all very basic things I'm explaining before going to the configuration. Define company. So the last 4 letters you can see as a OX15 is a transaction code. Before that you just ignore. This is some kind of a code. The last 4 letters will be our transaction code. If you see for even OB45, OX02, OX03 for business area. If you see define functional area, we don't have a transaction code. So like this, certain define segment, do you have a transaction code here? No. So that is what I explained here. Every transaction code will have a path, but every path will not have transaction code. The path is the ultimate thing. Path is the main thing. The transaction codes are shortcuts. Path is the main thing. Remember, path is the main thing. Path is the original way of activity, but it is the time taking to go for drill down step by step to reach that activity. It is taking time. Due to that, we have shortcut options to reach that screen immediately by entering the transaction code. So here, example, you can see company, we have a transaction code, but where you can see segments, we doesn't have a transaction code. But if you want to create a segment, you have to come through the path only, then only you need to create a segment like that example. Understand? Guys, clear? So this path transaction codes, did you get a clarity? What is transaction code? What is the path? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, good. So now going forward, I will give both the information wherever possibility is there. Everywhere I'll give the transaction code information and path, navigation path also I'll give you. So anyone you want, you can use and practice it. If you want to go through the T code, you can go through the T code, or if you want to go through the path details, you can go through the path details. But what I will suggest, if you go through the path details, it will be a good for you so that you can remember in your mind. Like every time if you go through the path means, it will be helpful for you to remember. Like you will be reading that in which step it will come and which section it will come. If you go and enter directly OX15, you will not be aware that in which section my company code configuration will be there. You can see here, this is enterprise structure section. So if you come down, some screens will go after IMG reference, will go for a financial account section. So like that, keep on sections and paths will be keep on changing. But I suggest for over learning, go through the path only always. Okay. So let's move on. Let's create one thing and I'll explain the TRs as well. Okay. So here, let us click on the define company. So once we click on the define company, this is how we'll get the screen. So in this screen, what we need to do, whatever the information we gathered, right? Whatever the information we gathered, using that information, we need to create a company. So we need to create a company here. So now click on the new entries. See here in this screen, you see in SAP every screen there will be a lot of things will be there. So and coming to ECC as well, so there is no change at all. In ECC also, people may think that there is a lot of changes from S4 to ECC. So this is an ECC screen also I'm showing you. SPRO, IMG reference, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, define company. There is no change at all between both the things. If you see here, here also we are into the same company code, company creation screen. Here also we are into the same screen. The path also will be same. If you see this path, this is SAP ECC path, same, and S4 also same. Only few changes are there between ECC to S4 HANA. Hardly 10% of the changes we have in system to system. Remaining 90%, the fundamentals, the concept, the transaction code, the way you configure, everything is same. There is no much difference between ECC to S4 HANA. So that is, keep it in your mind. People in market, what they are thinking, it is completely a new application. In SAP itself, ECC is a different application, S4 is a different application. No, it's not. Just they are reshape that, like old version of car and new version of car, how it will be. Suppose if you take a Fortuner, old Fortuner, new Fortuner. Fortuner is Fortuner only, but the way of looks is different. The way of features are different. Now they may giving ADAS or like auto control, like what we can say auto mode drive, like so many features are there giving, right? So like that, maybe in old Fortuner it's a purely manual and purely few features is not available, but everything is same. And similarly ECC also same, S4 also same. S4 HANA with some added advantages and features they have released into the market because he want to survive in the market with the competitors, saying that I built my application with the super options. You come to me and utilize my SAP more. I'm giving so many options. Suppose if you take an example of in a mobile sector, Nokia is the one leading number. Nokia is the one mobile where we can having so much of good quality. So they were leading one of the time. They're leading the entire mobile market. Now the Nokia mobile is not even exist in the market. Why they not in the market today? They thought that quality is only the important thing. They are not innovated their Nokia mobile. They are not come up with the new versions. They are not added features. Similarly, if SAP also, even though if it is a very good product, if they are not doing new innovations or if they are not doing new features, if they are not adding upon new things, even to one fine day SAP also will not chosen by anybody. There will be so many competitors in the market. With that fear only, SAP also they're coming with new GUI interface, new way of looks, new way of advantages like adding on some one table or different this fear apps that this. They keep on doing something that we are new to the market, and we are adding up so many things as a flexible things like that. That's it. Keep it in your mind. ECC also same, S4 also same, but S4 have some added advantages. Let's go back to the configuration. So here in this screen, I'll take 15 more minutes and we'll close, because I wanted to close to create a TR and I want to explain. Then we can close today's class. So here in this screen, every screen, if you go into the SAP, different things will be there. Any transaction code, if you enter, the few options remain same in heading level, and the particular activity related, the screen will be displaying. Okay. So now we are going to create a company. So here, whenever you come to this transaction code, whatever the data you see here, this is the existing data whoever created earlier. If suppose assume that you already created your company, you came to this screen. Suppose you wanted to identify. We have a 640 companies there in the screen. Somebody has created 640 company codes, they were created already. But if you want to find out your company, so not only in this screen, throughout the course, remember what is the position important. I'm going to explain what is this position important. Not only in this screen, throughout your course, wherever you see this position, which will help you to find out your actual information where you wanted to go. It's like nothing but in your Excel sheet might have 1,000 rows. You do Control F, you will give your whatever the information you wanted to go. You'll give a Control F. You will enter certain data. Then if you hit enter, the particular row it will take you, right? If suppose you are in a Excel sheet, so I want to see this OBBO, right? I'll do the Control F. I will enter OBBO, and I'll click on Find All, means it will take us to the right line item. Wherever we are, if suppose like this we are, if I enter, it will take to here immediately. Similarly, in SAP also, the position functionality is just to find out quick way. If suppose we'll go down for certain things, page down. Suppose somebody is created, let us take somebody is created 19 MRF group, suppose 199T. So we are into the home page. Now out of 640, if I want to search that company code, it will take time. You can use this position button, and if you enter that information, whatever you are looking, click on position button, enter the company code information. If you hit enter, it will take you to that line item. The position field importance is this one. Remember, throughout the course, you should remember that wherever you see the position, this position field which will help us to identify our required information in a one-click go. Even though there is a 1 lakh line items, you click on the position, give the information what you want, where you want to go, just hit enter, it will take you to the same line. Okay, this is the importance. Now let's leave that, go for a configuration. Click on the new entry if you want to create a new company code. So right now we just check that if it is existing company code out to see, we have used this position. Now we wanted to create the new company code. We want to create the new company code. Sorry, new company we want to create as a ABC group. So let us click on new entries. Click on the new entry. So as soon as you click on the new entry, this will be appear like this. And I would like to show in the same time ECC also. If you click on ECC screen, click on new entry, it will be appear like this. Both are same. Here company code name, detailed information. Company code name, detailed information. Okay. Let's give here ABC group. So here only six letters numerics it will allow. We can create ABC group. ABC GR we can give, or else ABC groups we can give. ABC will give here, and below we can give ABC group of companies. And below, if you want, you can give further information. Like if it is a lengthy one, the first field, if you are not able to cover up, you can give different thing also, name here. And street, I'll give quickly something. Street I can give like a ITPL Tech Park. Okay. and PO Box 560066 or postal code 560066. Postal code this one or 7 I'll give. City I will give Bangalore and country IN. So country I can give IN and language key I will give EN. Currency, my company currency. My company is in a India means I'll give INR. My company is based out US means I'll give USD. The currency depends on the company where the company resides or where the company established. Okay, I'll give INR. So like that, we'll give the details. Then we'll hit enter. Once you hit enter, come down here. In the down, you can see save option. In the down, you can see the save option. Click on save. So when you click on save, it will ask you, it will prompt you one TR number. This is somebody is practicing in this same server. They were created already just before. Their TR will be proposed, as I already explained to you in the previous classes. So when this prompt is coming, this number is very much important because this number only your changes will be carry system to system. This number only will have your all the information whatever you given and saving. Everything saves under your entire configuration will save under this number. This number is very important. Whatever it will generate this, we call it as a TR number. TR means transport request number. So this one, this is a previous person. I don't want to save my changes into the others TR number. So I want to create my own TR number means here you can see that create button, create a request. Let's click on create symbol. And now it will ask you, you can give your own description. I'll give ABC group configuration. Then once you give this description, see how to what and all to give, like projects in real time. See, since it is a practice system, I am not giving project here. In real time, while you are creating this TR, once you give the description in real time, they will guide you in the TR section how to save. They will guide you. You need to get a KT from them because it is a sensitive. You can ask that, hey bro, I'm gonna create a TR first time in this project. Is there any specific process to follow? You can ask in this way, but remember, you cannot ask how to create a TR. You should not ask. So I'm going to create my first configuration in this project. Do we following any separate process to save the TR, or is a standard way I can go ahead and create? This cross check, if nobody will tell you that, if any KT person if not shared this information to you before doing a first configuration, you can cross check with your colleagues so that you can avoid the issues. There is nothing wrong in it. Asking that in the asking way should be a different. If you directly ask how to create a TRMS, they'll think that you doesn't know how to create a TR. No, in that way you should not ask. In different way you need to ask like this. I'm creating a first TR in this project. Do we follow any separate process here? That you need to ask, because why I am saying in real time projects here, if we have a 2-3 projects means the project list will be you will get a drop down. So specific project you need to select here. Then the changes will be saved in the specific project. Okay, this project is in a real time. If it is there, if they have multiple projects, then we will use this option. If not, we don't touch this tab. Simply we'll give here ABC group configuration and click on the save. Click on the save. Click on the save button. Now you can see this is your own number. S4HK906805. This is the number which is given to you for ABC group configuration. Your entire data, whatever you are giving, it is saving in this number. Click on right mark. Now your data was saved. Your configuration is saved. So then exit and again go for a defined company. Now, so what is we have given our company name? So now 641. Earlier 640 was there. Now it is 641. So now if I want in 641, I cannot go one by one to check whether my configuration saved or not. So I will go to the click on position. ABCG, right? We given ABCG. I'll hit enter. See, can we able to see our company? This is the advantage of position tab. This is the advantage of position tab. Entire the course, whatever the screen you see, whichever screen you see, the position which will help you to identify your required information to see it in a quick manner. So this is our company which we created, and now if you double click on this, you can see the detail. If suppose already you have done that and now you are coming to see, you are coming to check that your company code ABCG group. If you want to see that what are all the address you given, just double click on that. Either you can select and double click, or else place the cursor, double click, it will open. It will open the data whatever you did. So if you want to change means, so here you can see display edit. So now I'll click on edit, then it will become an edit mode, and I'll go to my company code ABC group, and I'll double click here and I'll do my changes. Assume that, so now you understood. So every configuration you can view in display mode or change mode. In display mode means system will not allow you to change anything, only you can see the data. So if you want to edit something, you need to change it to the screen mode into the change mode, display to change mode here. Display to change mode. If you click on this display to change edit button, it will become an edit. Then you go for your ABCG, then double click, and now we can do the edit. So now I'm doing the edit. Okay, I'm changing now. This is 67 to 68. So now again click on save. Again click on save. Again the prompt will come here. Okay. Now you need to remember one thing. So since you've done a changes, again it is asking for a TR. Understand this own request, I will explain. So now whenever you see, just before 50 seconds back we have done configuration, again I am doing the changes, same my number only it is appeared. Now I can click on right mark and I can save it. So each and every time whenever this prompt TR pop-up will come in your real time, you should be very active, and this is a very sensitive part. You need to cross check that which number is appearing, whose TR is appearing here. You cannot save your, now what will happen, earlier whenever company we created, that is saved in one TR. If you give this only postal code changes in different TR means this only change will alone save in a different TR. If you move that TR to the next system, only that changes will be moved. After that, later whatever you changes done, that will not move, because you are given a change settings, whatever we have edited, right? That details will saved in a different TR. Assume that I'm telling this is our original TR. What happened? So this is our earlier TR only. Please understand the TR concept. This is very critical. Okay, S4HK something. It is not copying. Okay, S4HK 00908 something. This is first time we created a company, right? This number is generated. That details will be there. So now what we did, postal code 6600672, we are changing 660068. This change we have done, and we click on a save. So now again system is asking TR number. So again, if the TR number is system pop-up will come with the same number, you can click on save. So the data will be stored under same number. So your company data also will be in the same TR number. Your change also will be in the same TR number. When you're moving from dev to quality, if you move this number from here to here, your changes will be there. Assume that when you are doing the changes 668, it created a 909 number. New number is created. or else someone's number you saved it. So what do you think? When you are moving system to system 908, your old changes only will move to the QA. If your whatever the number you change while doing the changes, if you saved in a different number, you need to remember both the number you need to move. Both the TR numbers you need to move for a QA. Then only your existing change of initial whatever you created, that changes will come to QA. And after that, one more number, because you've done a changes, right? That number also you need to move for a QA. Then only your both the changes will be available. So that is why this TR number carries your configuration. You should be very clear. And one more thing, so it should be moved in the sequence only. If someone asks you an interview, what is the importance of TR number sequence? Because TR number sequence, why it is important means, first you need to move this to the development. Your first creation changes will be moved. Second time, you need to move this, the follow next. So then what it will do, it will be the second TR when you move to QA. First time when you moved, the existing changes will move. Second TR when you move, the second TR will override the existing configuration 667 to 668. Whatever the changes you wanted, right? That changes will be overrated by next TR. If suppose if you move first this one and second this, means you will be having your old TR only, because first you move with this postal code. If you move the second this TR as a second, then it will override this one. So that is the reason. Always remember, do not get confusion. I'll not explain much, you will get confused. So just remember one thing, that whenever you're doing configuration, one number will generate. That number will have all the data. If you are doing changes for same configuration again, now we are doing changes for same configuration, company code, company configuration only. You have to save that changes into the same TR. Please remember, always save the changes into the same TR. In case this change is already moved to the QA, so I have configured and I have moved to the QA system. I have already configured the company and already moved to the quality system. And later, if you realized I have given a wrong postal code, I am changing now. That time you cannot be able to save into the same number, because you have already released that number. That time one more new number you need to create, 9, like this. One more new number, next whatever system will generate and give you, use the next available number, create the next available number, and then you can move this TR to QA. So like that. If your changes are not moved to QA, if your changes are still in development system only, then you need not to create another TR. Until unless you are doing the changes for same activity, you can n number of times also you can use the same TR. So now let's come back to the screen. Assume that just before 5 minutes we have done a company creation, but now I'm going to create. Assume that this is someone else number is displaying here, but how can I choose my existing number? Assume that, see here, since it is showing our number only, I'm just telling you, assume that here some 900 number is displaying, some XYZ group coming here. I cannot save in that other TR. I need to save in my TR only. So how I can save my changes into my existing TR only? So for that is the reason we have a own request option here. The own request means, so far till today, whatever the TR numbers you created, everything will be displayed under your name, because I have logged in with one user ID, right? While logging to the system, we given a user ID and password. We have our own user ID, right? Own request means it will show you with your user ID how many TRs you generated. All the TR numbers list will be shown here once you click on this own request. So now, if see, since this is the first TR I'm creating, and the first one only it is showing for us, okay? But instead of clicking here save the same number on 11, but assume that it is the wrong number, I want to choose the right number. I'll click on my own request. I'll click on my own request. it will show like this. What is our number? 6805, right? 6805 is our TR number. I'll click on this 6805, that number will appear. If suppose I want to save under this 8805 is not mine one, other one means see this one 888, suppose 803. See 888 company code. So now assume that this is a different TR. Someone else, if I save now, it will go and save in a different company changes related. But I want to select my own TR. Now you click on own request. So ABC group config, this is my TR. I want to save my changes into the same TR. This is my same TR and select and save. So now changes will be saved. So I just want to understand any questions for related TR concept, because this is very critical one. If you guys not understand, I'll explain one more time also. This TR is very critical.
Just clarifying some. See,
Mhm.
if I create a TR
Okay.
and if I want to add for this whatever the configuration which I done, I can
Mhm.
use the same TR number, right?
Yeah, you can use the same TR
Only,
number.
yeah. For example, if I move, I have created one TR and
Yes.
I am moving to QA, and along
Okay.
with that, by mistake, I have moved for another TR which is created by other person.
Okay.
So in QA, that is going to be how that will be treated.
Yeah. So good question, Pradeep. So this is your TR. Suppose this is Pradeep TR, and this one will be a Dilip TR. Suppose. Okay. This is Dilip. So instead of moving your TR, you moved by mistake only this one to the QA. That is what your question, right?
Mm.
You
Or
moved in.
maybe both instead of
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Fine. No worries. So instead of moving yours, instead of both, you moved to the QA. So which is not yours, right? First of
Mm.
all, first thing that you cannot able to move others TR into QA. First question, first scenario. This is if you create this TR, you are the owner for this TR. You need to release
Mm.
the whatever the TR we created here. Suppose they given this user ID and let that load. So this TR is there, right? You can see here release
Mm.
button, right? If suppose our TR is 805, right? Where it went 805 modifiable, where it went released. Okay, we'll see customization somewhere. Let it be. I'll show you later. Suppose this is the TR. Okay, this TR. Tomorrow class I will explain clearly. This TR, if you created, you can able to release. Dilip
Okay.
cannot release this TR. So just like that, we cannot move for a QA. You need to select this. If you release, if you click on this release, then this TR will release. Then the base, it will trigger to the basis team. Basis team will move to the QA. If suppose this is a Dilip TR means you cannot be able to release this because you are not the owner. If suppose assume that in your project that control is not there, anyone's TR, anybody can use it. Let us take it that way. First of all, you cannot be able to release the TR for Dilip. If suppose Dilip is released, okay, Dilip is released, you also released. As I mentioned in the ticketing tool, tickets, right? In tickets, instead of maintaining yours, both the TRs you maintained in the ticket. In this scenario, basis team can be moved both the things to QA. Suppose coming to your exact question to answer, if suppose anything by mistakenly if you moved either your TR only if you move to the QA or someone else TR if you move to the QA, so we have a basis team. basis team we have. Basis team will bring back this TR back to dev. We will not be able to bring it back. The basis team will revert the TRs. Whatever you move to the QA system, right? So if you inform to the basis team, accidentally, by mistakenly, I have moved this TR to the QA team. Can you please revert that TR to dev? If you put a mail and if you get an approval, the basis team will help you to bring it back this TR, and your config changes whatever there in a QA, they will bring it back into the
Okay,
dev.
and basically basis team will coordinate between dev and QA.
Yes, so because basis team will take care entire changes to move system to system, our job is to create a TR and release. Only once you release, from there onwards, the basis team will move from QA to dev to pre-prod, pre-prod to production. You cannot be able to move from any system. The only where you can move, we can able to copy, that I'll explain you tomorrow. We will be having in dev itself, we have a 200 or 210, suppose two clients we have. As I explained earlier classes, this is for config, this is for unit test, suppose. So you are configuring in this system, and this TR is generated, suppose. I think I need to maintain in a clear way Excel. I'll try to. So suppose this is the one you created. Let's keep TR001. This is the TR number you created in 200, but you cannot test in 200 only. You want these changes to 210. You will be have access to copy. You need not to depend on basis. In through one of the SEC1 transaction code, we can copy TR from 200 client to 210, and you can do the testing. But moving to the dev to quality, quality to others, basis will take care. I'll explain you what is this copying a T code, and how we can modify the transaction, TR and all. We'll learn in tomorrow's class, because today is already 1.5 hours. Let us learn tomorrow whatever the configuration we have completed. So how the TR can be copied to the next client, who will take care, and whether if you want internally, if you want to copy, how we can copy, because this question will be asked in the interview. That's how the real time or fake they will identify. So whether which system you can able to copy TR, what access you will be have. If you want to different systems, who will take care, those things and all will understand, because this theoretical, this real time information is must and should required. Okay, so good question, Pradeep. So any other question? I'll put in a neat way. Any questions related to TR?
Sir,
Yeah, yes, Devi.
every TR we need to remember, or we can, if even if we
No,
forget, we can track.
no need to remember. If you go for a SC09, that is what tomorrow class I'll explain all.
Oh,
If you go for a SC09 transaction code, if you give your user ID and if you hit enter, so here in this we don't have any config. Let's come here. So that is what, this is the one. So here /n SC09, it is not coming full. Yeah, here let me go back. See, SC09 transaction code. If you give your user ID, you can see how many you released, how many yet to release, what is your kind of TRs and all. If you select and if you hit enter, under this user ID, how many TRs you created, all the information you will get it. All the information you will get. You can see here. So these many TRs we have used. So you can see your own list. You need not to remember. You can see all the TR numbers in your under your user ID. Suppose if you want to see others also, if suppose your teammate user ID is this King one, suppose. If you enter their user ID and if you enter also the how many TRs created by your colleague also, you can see. The list can be seen here, and also we have tables. Tomorrow I'll explain the tables and all these informations, Devi. So in today's class, so just simply I created a company, that's it, just to explain about the TR importance. So TR related, is everybody understood or not? I'll
Yeah,
take
bro, got it.
yeah, got it right.
Yeah.
Okay, then good. In tomorrow session, what we'll do, TR related, I'll give overview on 5 more minutes, because if any doubts you can ask, then move on to the configuration tables and everything we will learn. Because in interview, remember, people will ask you about the TR importance. So many people will think that once we do the configuration, once we save it, it will go automatically to the next system. No, it will not go. We will create the TR and we will release the TR and will inform to the basis. Once we done the activity, basis will move from system to system. And if the TR accidentally move to the next system also, as Pradeep asked, by mistakenly I moved, can I bring it back? Yes, you can bring it back. Even whatever the changes you deployed in production, also you can bring it back. Suppose in live system, one changes you move to the production, something happened there, completely messed up. Your changes went and complete entire system messed up. Immediately we'll revert that to TR. Whatever the changes we deployed, we'll inform to the basis and we'll bring it back that changes. We have a flexibility to move to bring it back also. If anyone asks, once I move the changes, will I not be able to revert? You can say 100% confident, yes, I can move changes to the system. I can bring back the changes. I can revert that. Bring back we will not use. We'll use a technical word. I can revert the changes. Revert means we are removing. We are bringing back. But in SAP terminology, in SAP technical word, in a real-time world, we call it as revert the change. Revert the changes. We can use this bring back changes. These and all our normal language. Bring back changes, remove changes. In SAP terminology, we call it as revert the changes from so and so system, whatever we moved. Clear? Let's stop the recording. In Q&A session, I'll not record. Every time, wherever my explanation stops, there I'll stop my recording so that video will not be lengthy.